Hello, good morning. The purpose of my this video is that I am going to explain about this project, which is company's budget management system, which is designed in React, and also I am using TypeScript, Bootstrap and sass and React transaction and found awesome. We can run this project using this command, and before that we need to install prereq packages. This is the snapshot which I am going to show using this preview tab, and you can see that this is our home page layout, this is our listening page, and it is edit budget. Using this dialog we can change company budget. This is add company layout, add company form, and this is our edit company form. This layout is responsive, and you can see that it's mobile layout form, and it is listening page which is showing on mobile layout. And I am also using React testing library for unit testing, and I made a one folder underscore test, and I have a company test.js where I write different test cases which is checking that our total budget always should be a bigger than our spent budget. And these are some improvement which I will work in future. And about the structure of this project, it has one company manager folder which has add company and company listening page and edit company page. And for the component, I made one component folder which has a edit model box folder, and one is card and one is company form. I will discuss about these folders later. And also I am using prettifier some rules, and also I am using ESLint for different rules, and I am using TypeScript for this project. That's why I made one company.ts where I define my company entity, and these are the field which is related to this company entity. And I am using this mock data, and we can even replace with this our XJS API code. But for the testing purpose, I am using this mock data, and I need to perform edit, delete, and add actions. That's why I am using uh, local storage. And you can see that this is a demo of my project. This is a main layout of project, and it is showing no company, and I am checking that if local storage has company key, then it will show all local storage companies on this page. Otherwise it will precede these data and insert into local storage. You can see that it is checking that if key exists, then get all companies, otherwise it will get all this mock data and insert into DB. So for testing of this code, I am going to delete this company key, and now when I will refresh, you can see that when I will refresh, you can see that it inserted mock data in our local storage, and that's why it is showing on listening page. And whenever I will add any new company, and it will update local storage, like you can see that this is our add company page. And also I am using this preview card. You can see that if I am inserting as Dell, and you can see that it is also animated using Dell. And also we can insert any date, and total budget is like €1,000. And if I will insert uh, spend budget is 1,000, and if I will put budget as 500, which is less than spent budget, and you can see that it will show the error. And also we have a other validation, like if we will not insert any value, it will show the validation. So I am going to insert it again. 1,000 is spent and 500 is total budget. So it will show that company budget should be greater than spent budget. So I am setting it as 5,000 as a total budget and 1,000 is spent. So left budget is 4,000. So when I will click on confirm, it will show in our listening page, and it is showing also the left budget, and we can see that it is also added in local storage. And when we click on any of this company card, like I click on this Dell card, and we can edit is its total budget, like it's 5,000. And this time also, when I don't add any value in it, it will disable this button and show that company budget should be greater than spent budget. And if budget is 500, it is still less than spent budget, that's why its button is disabled and it is showing warning. And this time I am inserting like 8,000 budget, and you can see that submit button is enabled and warning is also disappear when I click it. And you can see that total budget is changed and also left budget is also changed. We can also edit any of these values, and also this company name or date of contact sign using this edit company page. This is our edit company page, and we can change our spend budget like 3,000, and also we can change the company name as limited, and you can see that it's changed the company name and also change the budget spent. Also we can delete this company using this delete option, delete company, and you can see that it's deleted company, and also it will delete from our local storage. Now I am going to explain about the code. First, showing these company cards, I made this company listening page. But before that, I am going to explain you my routes, which is defined in app.txs. The main route is showing the company list, which is showing companies using the company list, and this route is for adding company, and this route is for edit companies. And all these component edit, add and company listening is exist in our company management. You can see that it is showing edit company, company listening and company, and also it has an interface which is have all supported functions which is related to company entity. Okay, now I am going to explain about company listening page. This company listening page is fetching all the data from local storage, and I define this function in company.ts page. You can see that it is getting the companies using this API class. This is my company API class which is getting the API data, which I already explained. It will get the local storage data and also this data if key will not exist. Okay, after fetching this data, it will show in the form of these cards. You can see that after the fetching, it is setting for this state, company's data state, and also it is showing that if company data don't have any company, so it will show this card which we already seen, that if company will don't have any data, so it will show this card, no company exists. Otherwise it will show all the data. And for showing the data, I made one company card component. I already told you that I have all supported component exist in this component folder. This card is showing the company card. This company card is navigating to this card. You can see that it is navigating to card and alias is company card. And when we click on add a new company or when we go to edit company, so I am using same card which is exist in component and card. It is the same component which I am sharing for different pages, and also this form is also sharing for add form and also for edit form, which is existed in company form. This is a form. You can see that it has a different fields. We will discuss it later. I am using it for edit form and also for add form. Okay, when we show the companies, it will send data like current company object as a prop for this company card component, which is a card component which is exist in this folder, and it will get all the data and it will show as a card form. Like you can see that it is showing the company name and also it is showing the company contract signed and amount and other information. And you are seeing that I am using transaction group tags and also CSS transaction tags. The purpose of these tags is to show my value as a animated form. Like if I go to add new company, and you can see that whenever I type anything, and you can see that it is showing animation as fade left. And you can see that for the company name, I am getting the value which I am receiving from the parent, and I am going to split as a character, and for each character I am showing animation as slide fade right. And same for date contract, it is showing animated like fade up. You can see that when I select any date, and you can see that it's showing fade up animation using the 750 millisecond time, and also using zoom in out effect for total budget. And for the budget spent, you can see that whenever I am entering any data, it is showing zoom in zoom out effect. Also I am using different transform functions, like this is a transform amount 1000 format which will convert a simple digit into 1000 format using this function to local string. You can see that it is showing 1000 separator using the comma using this built-in function. And also I am using this transform sign which is converting our date as any format, like I am using default ISO 8600 format, and we can also change it with other format like official EU document format. but right now I am not using it. I am using default format. Okay, this is all about this card, which is showing the company information, which is using for company listening. Okay, now I am going to explain about this on click handler. Whenever user will click on any card, and you can see that it is showing the model dialog using this event handler. It will send the company for this function, and it will set a selected card as a current company. Like if I click on this Apple company, it will set Apple company for the selected component state, and also it will show our budget edit model box, which is exist in component budget edit model box, and it will send the selected company as a prop. I am using TypeScript, and also for each of my page and component I am using props as an interface for the better view and for the better intelligence. Okay, it is getting the selected company, and after getting the selected company, it will set the default value of budget. Like this Apple company has a total budget as 110 and 30. One is 1 lakh and 10,000, and you can see that it is 1 lakh and 10,000 budget. And also it is also checking the validation, and I am using this is total budget for in range for all of my project. And also I made a test cases which exist in this test folder, which will check that budget is in limit or not, and it is exist in our company.ts file. You can see that it is checked that budget in range or not, and if budget will in range, so it will submit the data, otherwise it will show the warning. And it is checking that, you can see that whenever user will click on this submit action, it will check that is budget is valid. If budget is valid, then it will update the new budget value, otherwise it will not update the value, and it will disable this submit button. Like you can see that submit button is disabled. Okay, I am using this edit company to show this button, which will go to edit company root, and this total budget is showing one field which is showing the default value of selected company. Like you can see that it is setting the default value which we are getting from our parent component. And if the budget is not valid, so it will show this warning using this feedback tags. This is a close button, this is submit button. Close button will close this dialog using this show property. I am just setting this as a false, so it will disable this model. And when user will submit this button, so I will perform submit action using this event handler. And when all action will perform, so I am just hiding this model. So about this functionality, I am getting all the companies using this company fetch company list, which is getting all companies from the local storage and also from mock data. And after that it will check that which company is matched with a local storage company, and it will get the index. Like you can see that when I am going to application tab, and it is showing all companies. When user will click on this Apple, and it will check that Apple company is on which index, like it is on one index, so it will get the index number 1, and, it will set the data which I am getting from parent as a separate operator, and only I am changing the total budget which user will type in this field. You can see that I am using this budget state whenever user will change any budget. So I am just setting the budget value, and I am just updating this budget while updating this budget. Like I am going to set it as 45,000, and you can see that it is set as 45,000, and it's also changing local storage. After the setting these values for these companies, I am sending these companies to the local storage update function. It will get all companies, like you can see that it is getting all companies which I need to update for the local storage, and it is updating the local storage. Okay, now I am going to explain you about our add new company form and edit form. This is my add company page, and this is my edit company page. Both are using the same component, which is card form and the card, and also same logic in add company, which is using same company form, and this company form is getting card as a child. This card is showing this card to display the information, and this card form is showing this form, and both add and edit is using same fields. So that's why I am sharing this logic for add company and for the edit company, and for both of these component card form and simple card is sharing this state, because whenever I type anything and I need to send this information to this component, so that's why I am sharing this state. Whenever user will change any value, so it will also send to child component. So using this parent component, I am sharing this state. Like I already defined this state, and you can see that I define the state as a company instance. Like you can see that company has all these attributes or fields, and for the initialization I made a company initialize variable which is initializing the value. I am using this state logic for edit company and for the add company. You can see that the logic is same. Whenever user will type anything, it will update this state. Like if we go to company farm, and you can see that whenever user type anything, like if user are changing company name, like user are changing uh, company name like Apple, and you can see that whenever user will change any company name, so it will call this function, and it will get key like company underscore name, and this is the key company name, and the value is whatever user will enter, and it will send this key and value on the parent component, which is add company and edit company. I am using it for I am using this company card component for both add and edit. You can see that it has a update state value. It is getting using the callback function, it is getting the key and the value, and it is setting this new value for this state. And same logic is for edit company, and this component is also using function which will update the new value whenever user will change any value from these fields. And whenever user will change any value using this form, it will also update in this card component, and you can see that it is getting the company as an input, and it will show the information of this company. Like you can see that whenever I will change any value, it is sending to the card component. That's why it is showing the company. Now we will see the company form validation logic. And for the company form validation logic, I made a is form has error. And before that, I am showing the fields, like I am different fields like text field for the company name, and for the date I am using bootstrap date control, and also I am using budget field and total budget field and the confirm button. And each time when we click on confirm button, the logic is same. If any field will have any error, so I will show using the feedback tags. It will show the error. Like if I am going to click it, and you can see that it is showing the error using this tags. And what about the logic which I am going to set for these error? Like when I am going to click on confirm button, so I am just checking that is form has any error or not. So I am just going to check that. First I am checking that all the keys, or you can see that all the fields of the companies has any value or not. If it's blank, then it will show the error, like it will show the key name like company name, and show that company name value required. And if the value is missing for this field like data of contract signed, so it will show the data of contract value required. And if all values is has values uh, and it's not blank, so it will show it will go on else, and it will set its value as false, and also it will set as false. So after that, if uh, any of these values is blank, so it will return this uh, false to the this handle confirmation action function. So if the error exists, so it will not execute this function, otherwise it will call this function which is exist in both, like in add company form and the edit company form. Whenever user are going to click, so for both add and edit has different logic, so that's why I am make made two separate function in add company and in edit company as a handle submit action. But it will only call if validation is validation will not have any problem. If validation is satisfied, so it will call these functions. Same logic for both edit company and for the add company. And if blank errors are cleared, so it will check that is budget in range or not. If budget is in range, so it will return as false, mean no error. Otherwise it will set uh, values as error. For these new errors, I am using this company error validation interface, which is exist in this company.ts. Because all errors in form of string, that's why I am setting the type as string. And on the top of this company form, I declare one state as errors. You can see that I set one state as errors. If any of these error has any value, that's mean this uh, field has error. Like if company name has any error like company name required, so that's mean it will go to this company name section. This company name field will check that is company name has any value. If has any value, it means it's error, so invalid will be true, so that's why it will show this error section. Okay, and for the each time when user will change any value, so for the text field I am using this function handle form change, and for the numeric value I am using handle form change numeric because I need to instruct user that they don't they can't enter any alphabetic letter in this field. It is allowing only digits. So for this purpose, I made this logic that if it's not a number, so it will return. Otherwise, is it accepted only numbers and update its state. Okay, now we already discussed about this card display component, and also about this card form component. Now we will discuss about this confirm logic for both edit and add form. Like when user will click on this confirm button, so it will go to this handle submit action if the validation is passed. So like add company, I am checking that it will get all the company list from the local storage. And for a new value, like if I will insert the values in all these fields and it will update this state, and when all of these list will get from storage, so I am just pushing a row, or you can say that new element of array for this new component list. I am just changing or appending the id field, which is getting the random id. Like you can see that for each insertion I will use id as random. Like I will set as company 1 and set it as 1, and you can see that it is setting a random value for each new company, and it is appending the values of this new array row, and after that it will update this new list for the local storage. That's why it is showing in local storage. This logic is for add, and edit is showing the values for all these fields. Like if I go to this company one edit form, and it is fetching all these values. So that's why for edit company I am using use effect whenever I am getting parameter id. Like this is a parameter id. Whenever I am getting param id, so I am getting the data using fetch data, and I am getting this fetch data using the local storage. After that I am checking that which of these companies has same id like this. It has a 2, so that's why it is setting this company as a selected card. So after that it will set this card. All of these field will show the current values. Like this card form is getting the state value as a selected company, and you can see that each field has a default value. Like you can see that it has a value which is a selected company, so that's why it will pre-fill all these fields. And about the uh, update section, it has the same logic. Like in add company, it will fetch all the data from the local storage and match the id of uh, this company with all of this list, and the match is same like company 2, which is company 1. So it will set the latest state of my company with the old selected company index. Like if I change any value like company 345, so this state will update, so latest value will replace with this company selected index. Like I change like 134 and the state value is changed, and when I will click this button, so this company one will be 134. Like you can see that it is changed as company 134 because I replace latest state with the selected card index. And after that our company array will be updated. So I am just sending to this local storage update function. It will update the latest companies, and after that it will navigate to home page. And same logic for this delete button. When user will hit this delete company button, and I am just confirming, are you sure you want to delete or not? If it will click on yes, so I am just getting all local storage companies and checking that current company, and after that getting its index, and I am just splice or you can see that or you can say that I am just deleting this current index, which is same like this id. So it will delete this id row from this local storage array, and after that it is updating latest local storage and go to navigation. This is all about this code. Only one thing is left, that this is sass which I am using for uh, these styles. For this card I am using this file styles.css, and for whole root project I am using this app.css for different style sheet. And about test cases, I made one underscore test folder which has company.test, and it is checking the different scenarios, that is total budget is less from the spent budget or not. And also I am doing different invalidate cases. So for testing purpose I am just running the command as npm test to check that my all test cases are passed or not. And you can see that I have one test suite, and this test suite has 5 test cases and all test cases are passed. Okay, this is all about this company's budget management system. If you have any questions you can ask. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.